1 million tide pools eaten. I'm sorry, the tide pool was greedy and hungry today. Happy Yoshi Lin-Manuel Miranda anniversary. I can't believe that that's what it was. Hold on, I'm switching this over to chatting. Um, Also, let me check the volume for this and make sure that it's okay. So I was listening to stuff today. Um, Thog ate the tide pools. Patient Minnow gets the tide pool. That's true. That's true. The skitter was that. So did the microphone actually genuinely skitter? Um, oh, I can't remember if I fixed my notepad. I think I did. Anyway, Sid, I've lost it tide pooling. I'm sorry. Didn't realize I've been sub since 2 months before you ever got partner. Wow, time flies. It really does. I didn't realize how long it had been and how long some people have been here. Happy partner anniversary. Thank you. It is like, it's like really crazy to think that it's been that long. What are we doing today? Honestly, because I realized it was my partner anniversary, I'm just letting myself do whatever I want. I'm probably gonna work on an adopt, probably gonna work on some stuff for ArtFight. But we'll see. Probably just a chill stream tonight. Lin-Manuel Miranda pose Yoshi 1 year anniversary. Let's go workday. Also, thank you for the pet, Cyan. Hold on. I can switch this over to drawing really quick. Do whatever you want as a little treat. That's basically what I'm gonna do with the Friday streams in the meantime, is I'm going to like let myself draw what comes naturally. Because I found that one of the things that happens with the Friday streams is that I start like dreading. Oh, you know what? You're right. The minnow is there. I want to write on the note. That's done by Coconut Salve. And so I like to have the little art feature present. Art feet, Coconut Salve. There we go. Hey Critter, happy anniversary. We finally moved all the furniture and the cats have calmed down after screaming at me all night as usual. That's wonderful. Not the screaming part, but that they calmed down. For your stream art tax, I did 2 chibis which I wanted to share. That is more than alright to share. Oh wait, this is so cute. Hold on. Wait, why can't I not copy the image? Please. There we go. Let me chibi. I may co-work with you. I'd like to work on ArtFight stuff as well. Yeah, it's a great way. It's a great way to like end the week. Get stuff done. The Robunny is peak. Yeah, that's what I'm hopefully working on tonight. That's an adopt that I would like to put out. Yeah, we're playing toys today. Working on. Let me drew them perfectly. I was gonna say this is really cute. Hold on. I gotta bring back safety hazard. Let's see original sketch. Finish the lines for maybe if I make the colors go away, it'll be easier to see. Mira's a sweetheart for being so patient with me. I took a while to get these comms. I understand, Lemmy. But to be fair, it's worth waiting for Lemmy art. It's beautiful, so I understand Amir as well. I think I used a 12 brush for this. 11 maybe? Hold on, that's the sketch still. I think it was 11. What is that little emote? Oh, it's like a dancing guy. I'm also doing ArtFight work right now. That's awesome. It's okay, I always encourage people to take as much time as they need on comms. One thing that I found from commissions, having worked on them myself, is that if you let the artist cook, like genuinely you just don't pressure them to get stuff done in a certain amount of time, the art is usually better for it. Like, if an artist feels like they can take their time with something and really make it look the way they want it to. There's, of course, exceptions, but generally speaking, if you give people time to work on comms, they'll use it well. I'm obsessed with this bunny. I'd do everything to get it if I had the money. Oh, I'm sorry. I like, maybe whoever gets it will make it Harvard. We'll make it something everyone can use. Lion art's looking amazing. Thank you. I want to do the graffiti belt still, or I guess it's like more. Oh, it's a harness used for something that I can't remember the name of. Bayman with a sign? Actually, no. It's a bunny. And the sign is a melee weapon. Common friendly took 5 months to do it, I think, but it turned out so good. I need to go pick it up at some point. Physical comm? Very cool. For me, I think the longest I've ever taken on a commission was like a year and a half. That was during our move, like when we had someone pass away. So there was a good portion of that time that I was also grieving and not just like working on art. But the thing is, when I finished the commission, I would argue it's probably one of the best commissions I've ever done. Hold on, like, you were probably watching me work on it at some point. At least one time has passed, trust me, this is true. Robot Bunny's playing Lethal Company, that's why it needs the sign? Truing actually. It's collecting loot. Hold on, it's gonna be like really low quality because I have to copy it from Pinterest where I had it uploaded, but this was the piece that took me a year to get to because it was accepted in a round of like 14 commissions. I would say that I cooked pretty hard with this one. I think that I like this piece. I still think it's one of my best ones. You hated those legs? I did, but I think they turned out well at the end. Sometimes that's the thing, right? Like if I had been rushed, I would have been like so stressed about just getting the piece done that I wouldn't have been happy with the result. But being given the time to do the best version of it that I knew I could do, I was able to produce a piece that I think is one of my most lasting good commission pieces. Not that the other ones are bad, I just think that's one of my favorites. You did cook nods. What art program is this? This is Clip Studio Paint. You're seeing just the window in which I'm drawing, but I draw in Clip Studio Paint. Gay? Yes, I am. What's your opinion on doing OCX canon? More than okay with it. More than okay with it. Genuinely. I think, like, general rules would apply is that, like, if the character... So, like, for example, if the character is, like, a lesbian in canon and you are a guy, I would say, like, hey, maybe I don't really want to do that comm, but I doubt that anyone here will do something like that. I'm so excited for Robo Bunny. Do you like this one, Lemmy? I'm actually surprised. I'm not surprised to hear it because I, like, admire your designs and I know that the feeling is mutual, but I'm surprised for this one specifically. Oh my god, the music outside. Hey Critter, I've unfortunately been unable to join a bunch of your streams due to time zones, but as summer break has started, I finally can catch up. Happy anniversary! Thank you and welcome in, Valve! So Clip Studio, is CSP meant to be properly set in the Pokemon border on the layout? Oh my god, it's not. Why isn't it? Hold on. Stop, why did I just see that? Has it been like that this whole time? Thank you, Harpy. I don't know why my window was so small. Well, you're gay, that's so cool. Who told you that? I love all your designs, but I love the rendered metal and more inorganic designs. I'm bad at them, so I like seeing how others do them. Thank you. Well, you know what? Just close your eyes. It wasn't there. It wasn't real. It was the first, what, like 10 minutes of stream? That was a dream, actually. If it makes you feel better, I also didn't notice. That's so funny. I'm gonna start calling myself Helpful Harpy whenever I notice something on stream. Honestly, that's true. You are Helpful Harpy. But yeah, I meant to do that. I was watching YouTube videos on that side of stream earlier today, so that's why it was that size. I learned how to make chai and I can't stop drinking it. It's a good drink, I don't blame you. I literally make lattes for myself at home and I will never stop. I didn't notice it either. Okay, now I feel less bad. It was like just an unnoticeable blank side of the screen. Well, now you can see the full creature. Finally able to catch a stream after moving out. I will hopefully be able to catch more in the future. I hope your moving out is going well too. It is, yeah. There's been like 1 or 2 hiccups here and there, but like for the most part it's been a really pleasant move and like hugely helped by you guys. I feel like I can't emphasize that enough. Gee, hi Critter. I finally finished school assignments yesterday. I had 60 assignments due yesterday. 60? And they were due at 11. I tried my best, but submissions closed before I could finish. Feels good to have no more work since it's summer break. I had a username change. I was Curtis Mycola. I remember you talking about that. But also 60 is crazy. I know a lot of people are getting off of like uni and school right now. It's gotta be nice to like have the freedom of the summer. I feel like the thing is there's no reality where 60 assignments can be submitted in one day. No, like that's yeah, I feel like you were set up to fail. Um oh, what was I gonna say? I feel like even though as an adult, uh, we don't get out of school during the summer because, like, you know, work is year round. Something is still really nice about, like, the summertime and just how everyone seems to kind of relax. I don't know, I like it. I like the cold too, but I like summer and winter for different reasons. I like winter because it makes me feel like I'm like hibernating when I stay inside, and I like summer because it makes me feel like I'm being like reborn when I go back outside and it's warm again. Happy partner anniversary, thank you. Howdy everyone, Supermoto says. Happy partner anniversary, Critter. Vamos para la Critter de Fiesta. I think I'm slowly inching further into possibly realizing I'm probably neurodivergent and possibly Aetherian. Very nice. Or maybe both. You can be both. But anyway, have a good stream everyone. Be cringe, be free. Summer does have something more of a relaxing aura. It's a very nostalgic feeling for me. I thought it was intentional. Nah, it's okay. It's the weird cropping has been fixed since. I don't know. For me, like, summer reminds me of a time where just something like the change of seasons could make me feel better. And so instead of like being like, oh, it doesn't make any difference, I don't get off work, I've tried to like actively let myself get into the state of mind that I was when I was a kid. It's funny because I actually started working very young. Like, I got my first job when I was 13, and I basically worked from the time I was 13 until now. So it was very fleeting that like being free and like not having things to worry about over the summer was a thing for me. But now I just decide to I decide to enjoy the seasonal parts of the summer, and it has made it special to me again after years of being just another season of work. 13-year-olds legally work in the States? No. To be fair, if you count like nannying and sitting jobs, I worked much younger, but that was the first under the table job I was actually on a paycheck. Are you mob? No, I just my mob didn't want me in the house, so I got jobs. Hot days make me tired. If my mental comfort melts a little too and gets muggy and not holding together is good. One thing I found that helps a lot with that is just genuinely water. Like finding bodies of water. Get a cooler, get a sprinkler, anything. Like, you don't have to let the heat defeat you. You can use it as a chance to appreciate sensations and textures that you might not have when it was colder. Like, for me, I really like, obviously I like ice drinks. I drink ice drinks every night, regardless of season. But I love going and sitting outside, like in the shade with them. My tablet froze? Oh no, it didn't. I need some art advice. I'm planning a trip with some friends, and I need to save for it. The trip is in August. What would you recommend I do art-wise to make some money? I already do your character here's, but I could use some more options to offer and work on since I don't take that much time effort, since I also have an adult job and I'm in uni. Personally, I would recommend, I think your character here's are a great option. I think doing, honestly, you could probably use Redbubble for stickers, but it depends. If you don't care about getting that much of a cut, you would have to have faith in the fact that you could sell a lot of them. I also don't like Redbubble personally. Adopts do also work, but the problem is that you need to kind of like have people interested in your designs for that to work and for that to succeed. Under the table job, can't believe you worked in Undertale Burger Pants moment. Yeah, that's under the table, like, meaning I was not like an officially documented worker, but they still paid me and made me do work. What are we working on tonight? Working on an adopt. Ultimately though, I wish I could help more, but art is really not a good get-rich-quick scheme. It actually doesn't make that much money very quickly, for a very long time. But did they pay enough? No, I made $7 an hour. I do think that your character here's are probably your best bet. I guess you could also do like digital assets for things. I like having tasks during winter. It unlocks something in me to do tasks. I get that. That's me in spring. I feel like I made this latte with a syrup that I think has coconut pieces in it. I'm not enjoying it. I really want to make another latte. But I used the ube and coconut syrup, and I don't know if it was like a bad bottle or what. You know, I'm just like, I'm not enjoying it. It's okay. I'll survive. I have water. I like coconut even. I just think it's like pieces. This is kind of a weird question, but how do you make friends online? I've been using Tumblr for a few years now, but I have like no mutuals. One I found is by like commenting on people's posts, especially like personal posts and stuff. You don't have to be like super duper personal. Also, I just realized I'm lining something I've literally already lined. It's okay. Like you don't have to be super personable because again, you don't know that person yet, but you could. But just something as simple as like saying, I hope your day's going well, or responding to something they've been talking about is a good way to make people at least know you exist. Joining servers is something that works. I found if you have like interest-based servers that you like want to join and meet people with common interests. The one thing you have to look out for then though is that like you aren't forming interest-based friendships, because once that interest has passed for either of you, it's possible you might not talk anymore, which really isn't a bad thing either. It's just if you're looking for a lasting friendship, that might be kind of disappointing. I saw people in my notes and sent asks to them. That also works. Like literally just sending people asks works. You can, if you're an artist, you can make gift art for people and they might appreciate that. That's not necessary. And also, of course, people don't owe friendship for gift art, but it is, again, a way that people notice you exist and they go, oh, who is this nice person that just drew something for me? Trying to draw with my marker in Clip Studio Paint, for some reason it is vectoring endlessly. I feel like I have to help you, my friend. But it's okay, I'll see you on Sunday so I can actually help you like figure out what's going on. I do like coconut. I do like coconut. It's literally just because there were pieces. I think that maybe some of the sugar had crystallized and formed clumps in the syrup, which is kind of gross. Says autistic guy. I don't like textures. I don't like textures that I don't like, but I do like textures that I like. Hopefully this makes sense. Celebration burger. Quick, the candle is burning down to the bun. Okay, I blew out the birthday anniversary candle. Thank you, on Nessie. Texture of coconut is so icky. I actually like it. I do like it. I like shredded coconut, especially like on cakes and stuff. And I do like ube too. Like I said, I like both of the things in the syrup. I just think that this maybe was a bad batch of the syrup, which is sad because otherwise they've all been really good. It's okay now. I don't know how it fixed itself. That is the mystery of art programs sometimes. Coconut texture is only tolerable in soft chocolate. I think it's good in chocolate. That is one instance where I like it. Blub blub. Hello, Holly. Welcome in. Coconut tastes like a question mark? I actually understand what you're saying. Even as someone that likes it, I do believe that. I get that. Alright, hold on. I bet if now I grab this yellow and then I make you go away, I can do this. I eat a lot of coconut in food, but it's like sauces often. Same as well. I like it in baked goods, and I like it in syrups and sauces. Hold on, that's not right. There we go. The other thing I need to do is maybe do the opaque cap for the thing there, and this might need to be covered. But that can all be on the same layer, honestly, because... Oh wait, you're hiding. My YouTube chat. If you had any good coconut bread, it's super good, and I've only seen it here in the Philippines. I haven't. I have never even heard of such a thing, but that actually sounds really yummy. I've had coconut cake. Chat and Critter, how is everyone? I'm crocheting a skirt alongside stream. That's awesome. Oh, hey, actually, that's a really good question that I can ask to you, Sly Violin. Is Crochet Critter almost ready to share, or did you want to do a few test rounds of the pattern first? I saw and I showed off biblically accurate Critter, but happy partner anniversary, thank you. Coconut tastes well. It has a taste I associate more with the textures of the flakes. Interesting. Yay, okay, I'm excited. Oh yeah, would we be doing pattern testing for with the crochet? I was actually gonna see, I know that Sly wanted to get pattern testing done, but I was curious if you wanted that done by other crocheters or if you wanted to let the minnows test it out themselves. Pattern is tested, I need an extra pair of paws to take photos, and as I build it, I am happy to do that. Actually, do you want to do that over here? You can, I don't know how long it would take you to put Critter together, but if you want to come over here, we have like candy, like beads to make bracelets. And I figured like if you wanted to put Critter together and take photos over here, we have good natural lighting. Can send it over. All right, nice. Critter in real life? Yeah. Crochet Critter. Critter Pop Quiz, what's your favorite obscure Sanrio character? I don't even know if it's obscure, and I don't know the name exactly, but Kabuki Nyan, the one that's the calico cat with the little rope around the rope bell around its neck, that's my favorite. But I don't even know if that one's obscure because I think it's doing really well in the Sanrio. Kabuki Nyantaro. Okay, I was gonna say Nyantaro, but I didn't want to be wrong. Something kind of funny happened on ArtFight today. Right after I decided to post my Miguel O'Hara variant, like 5 people followed me, based as hell actually. Funny and real of them. True and beautiful of them. I think it does count as obscure. Okay, that makes me feel better. Sorry. I'm sure people know it, but like sometimes when people ask like what your favorite obscure XYZ thing is, people don't consider something obscure unless it's like genuinely unheard of by most people. Like my favorite is when seeing what some people consider obscure music versus other people. Because someone will ask me like, what's your favorite obscure like band, musician? I'll be like, I don't think Cocteau Twins is obscure, but like I don't know many people that like them. Like when I talk about them, people are like, who? But then when I meet someone else that also likes the Cocteau Twins, they're like, oh my god, I love the Cocteau Twins. So it's more like they have like a cult following. I think Aphex Twin is another one where like people know Aphex Twin's music, but like don't really call. You forgot your promos? I just didn't do them tonight, but thank you. Also, welcome in Startles, hello. But I appreciate, oh, and also Hair there, thank you for the resub. Critter, do you photosynthesize? No, I love food. I eat food. My favorite obscure Sanrio character is Masumaro? He's my little guy, little gay boy cat. I'm allowing gay boy cat. I can't believe that got censored. Also, thank you for the stretch. I hope everything is well. It is. Yeah, thank you. It's my partner anniversary today, which I had no idea until I was told by both Serene and by Harpy. And I had nothing planned. I was just gonna do like I was gonna do adopt work and like personal artwork and stuff for ArtFight. I am really excited for ArtFight, admittedly. Wonderful news, the manga Love Bullets is finally being translated into English. I saw that and I'm really happy because I own a print copy of the Japanese version. So I think I've mentioned before that I've taken Japanese in college and that I have like a relative that lives in Japan. I would really like to learn the language properly. Lemmy's gonna start staring at me evil style because she's been wanting to practice with me so bad, and unfortunately life has been slow style beating me up. It's been a year since partnered, right? It feels crazy. Um, all of this to say, I bought Love Bullet so that I could read it as like my first manga that I ever read in Japanese. That's my goal. Is I want to learn Japanese well enough so I can read Love Bullet in Japanese. But I'm really excited to get a English copy because I would at some point like to actually sit down and properly like read it. And so having both an English and Japanese copy means that not only can I compare the two and see how it's been translated, it also means that like I can enjoy it before I learn how to read Japanese well enough to read it and enjoy it at the same time. Is Love Bullet good? I've seen a bunch of art of it on Tumblr. I can't say. I don't know because I haven't read it. I love the artwork, and I've heard nothing but good things. It is Yuri, and Aini is like a very talented artist, but I can't recommend it. I was waiting to read it because I never thought we would get a translation, but now we are. Now we are going to. The basic summary I can give that's like not too plot spoilery is basically like it's about girls that died before they could fall in love or like have their first like kind of romantic experience, and because of that, instead of just passing on to the afterlife properly, they get reborn as cupids that help other people fall in love. And the main character basically died while walking home with her crush, I think, and was killed in a construction site accident because like something fell on her, and she was about to get confessed to or something like that. Like her best friend, who was her crush, was like walking with her, and then she died. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm excited to see. I don't know what the end goal of them like being cupids is. I've stayed kind of out of the plot. Just I'd read the summary because I was interested in it. This sounds like it should be about lesbians. Well, it is. It is about lesbians. That's just what it is. I also want to read The Girl That She Liked Was Actually, or sorry, The Guy That She Liked Was Actually a Girl. I've also heard that one's good. The music lesbians. Also, just because I think it's funny that one of them was talking about Radiohead. And I like the art for that one. The green Yuri? What? I guess the cover's green. That's true. Guys, the coffee was not good and now I'm really sad about it. It's kind of like turning my stomach. I don't know if it's just because I'm repulsed by the texture of having something go in my mouth, or if I drank something spoiled and I'm kind of scared that it's the latter. We'll find out. All will become clear in time. I'm making a color palette right now and I'm on a paint website. Oh, honestly, I do the same. The Artist of the Green Yuri, title is too long. It has so many good one-shots, they're very good. There's a Discord server that tracks the translations. Oh, that's cool. Are we talking about Love Bullet? Yeah. I thought Critter was going to say it's about girls who like girls. Someone should... that is what love... Is that not what Love Bullet's about? Happy partner anniversary. Thank you. Why did you send Ash Baby? What happened to your coffee? You might want to like smell the ube syrup when you get back, because like without being super gross, I made a coffee with it and there were like pieces floating in it and I was just like, maybe they're sugar clumps. And then I was drinking it and now my tummy kind of feels weird. I stopped drinking it very quickly. Forrest and I are opposites with this. Forrest will drink something. We did this. This has happened numerous times where we both got the same drink and I swallowed it and he spit it out immediately. I'm so used to things tasting bad and just being really picky because I'm autistic. It probably is just sugar. But I'm so used to like, I don't know, like I'm used to being the problem. So I'm not used to like there actually genuinely being a problem with something. Just like the acid coffee. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. If anyone doesn't know this story, Forrest and I went out for coffee one day at a new place that just opened up. And the lady who was there seemed kind of frazzled. Like, I asked if she could make a, because I looked at the syrups up on her wall because I was like, there was no menu. I was like, what do you have? And she's like, oh, we don't really have a menu yet. And I was like, oh, okay. Can you make an iced latte? And she's like, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, cool. And I was like looking up at the syrups and I was like, could you do like a hazelnut mocha? Because there was a hazelnut syrup and a mocha syrup on the wall behind her. And she's like, oh, that seems kind of hard. And I was like, it's two syrups. Anyway, you know, it wasn't actually the coffee syrups that were the problem. It was that when we got out and we started drinking the coffee, I took a sip and turned to my boyfriend, made a face, and then swallowed it. And I was like, it's kind of spicy. And he's like, spicy? And then he took a sip and like held it in his mouth for a moment before spitting it out on the street. And I was like, is it peppermint? And he's like, honey, that is chemicals. That is not coffee syrup. And then we realized that she accidentally got coffee machine cleaner in the coffee. So the spiciness I was tasting was alcohol. It was isopropyl alcohol. That is chemicals? Yes. And probably baking soda. Spicy. I didn't know what else to call it. I was like, maybe it's just, and you were just gonna drink it? I didn't want to be rude. I mean, I wasn't gonna drink it. I swallowed the thing I had in my mouth because I didn't want to spit it on the street. That felt really rude. But I didn't drink anymore after that. That was good day, Critter. I would like to share an update on the Minnow X Guppy art lore. Oh no, the link didn't send. Did you go back and warn her? So other customers didn't get hurt? To be fair, none of that would have actually hurt you. And we ran because our mouths were burning. No, links are not allowed, I'm sorry. No, we literally ran to a establishment where Forrest worked that was close by because I was scared and I wanted to get water. And I was like frantically Googling, like, will this kill me? Critter Swansea experience. I do love Swansea. Swansea's like a father to me. Hold on, I bet I can like... I was trying to say clump and group, and I almost said I can glump these together. Not a word. Google will always tell you die. This is true, and that is, they were actually good that time. They were like, no, don't worry, you won't die. And I was like, okay, that's good. Used to drink almost exclusively Monster. You'll survive a little isopropyl. I was thinking that too, like that, and this was a while ago. Like, I'm fine. So clearly it didn't kill me. I just think that it was funny because at the time my mouth was burning. I was coughing. My throat was like raw, and I was like, am I gonna die? And thinking that I was gonna die and have my last thing that I drank be really crappy coffee made me sad. That might be a word for how seals get around. That is what they do. They do glump. That's like, I see that in their movement. Oh, that looks ugly. I don't like that. Well, that one's not so bad. Actually, maybe it's fine. Oh, that's called gallumping. I see. Throat burning and wondering, is it just peppermint? Again, I'm used to being the problem. I'm used to being overdramatic. So maybe I'm not even. You have to remember that I grew up with like Queen, Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss. So like my experiences and perception of reality always go under a filter of like, maybe I'm just the literal devil from the Bible and everything I say is a lie even to myself. So like I like don't take my pain very seriously because I'm used to it not being taken seriously. So then I get like validation. I like go to someone else and I'm like, hey, is this weird? And they're like, what do you mean? You are like being exposed to like dangerous chemicals. And I'm like, oh, okay. What's the story about it? Sounds fun. Please tell me. TLDR, we were served coffee that had coffee machine cleaner in it. I didn't know what it was. I just took a sip and was like, why is it spicy? And then I asked my boyfriend, he was like, that's chemicals. That is chemicals. Your Honor, I have to thought check or I'll die. I'm just so used to not being able to be like, trust my own perceptions about things. I'm just like, okay, I guess I have to like get scientific research on this done or else maybe it's not true. Overdramatic plus OCD is a deadly combo. Personally, I would like to not be that way. I don't even think I'm overdramatic. I think my reactions to things are pretty muted. It's just that I'm used to being told I'm being overdramatic, so I try to figure out what things are and like what's going on first, because, you know, there's actually something very frustrating about like going to someone for help and like genuinely struggling with a problem or being uncomfortable with something and then being told that you're overreacting. So I think it's like I would rather figure it out myself if I can, and then if I can't, then it's like, okay, I guess I have to get outside of validation. I knew that you're working on safety hazard while talking about safety hazards. True. This guy is a walking OSHA violation. What's this character for? This is a character adopt. So what I do is I will make character designs and then put them up for sale on my toy house, which is 4-Leaf. And I do this about once or twice a month, typically. The last one I did was a cat barista, and this one is just a cool robot bunny guy. So it makes me wonder if I'm actually thinking critically or having my usual freakouts. Yeah. Why was there chemicals in there even if it was like an accident? How does that even happen? So the way that espresso machine works is that when you clean them, you take a little tablet of cleaner and you run it through the machine. And that flushes out the machine of all of the old espresso water and espresso grinds. What happened from experience, like I've worked as a barista before, is likely she put an espresso tablet in, forgot that she was flushing the machine, and instead of allowing all of the cleaner to flush out, she pulled a shot while there was still cleaner flushing through the machine. So instead of coming out as just water that then turns into an espresso shot, you got an espresso shot of baking soda and alcohol. I'm European, so I'm rarely in chat, but I watch every single one of your streams while working commissions, and it's been such a wonderful change in my life. My first stream was just before you got partnered, so mid-anniversary for me. Kobold, that's awesome. Thank you. Carter, have you showed the Lin-Manuel Yoshi to celebrate? I have not. I don't even have it on this computer, I'm sorry. Also, to the person who asked Canis beans, the adopts they start at $30 USD, but I stop them when they reach 1K, and that's only happened twice. So how much they go for is purely up to how much people want them. But personally, I'm uncomfortable with my characters selling for any higher than 1,000, just because it feels like too much money. The way you do light refractions on metal and glass is perfection. Thank you. The other thing is, anytime it gets that high, I try to add in additional incentives to, like, you know, like I'll do more art for this so that you're not just paying for this one character design. Affogato is a goober. I loved Affogato. I think that's such a clever name for the character. Like, Cappuccino is funny, but Affogato is like, I wish I had come up with that. I'm glad that the person who got Affogato came up with it because it's awesome. As a port person, I can't imagine that. It's, I don't know. God, I could go into it, but it's a whole thing. I tend to kind of like curb myself a lot, because when you succeed at anything ever, you get eyes on you, both good and bad. And I think that, like, one, I don't think that my designs are not worth like the work I put into them, but I also know what I need to be comfortable and like to take care of my family. And I feel like asking for any more would be inviting bad karma, basically. Like, if I'm taking more than I need to be safe, I'm inviting the universe to kind of take it out on me. But also, I see what happens when people, like, I see what happens when people succeed and when things go well for them, and people grow very resentful very quickly, and they get excited to see those people fail. So I just try to keep quiet. I try to like make sure that like I'm thankful for what I have and for the people that support me, while also trying not to gloat. I want to design a barista bunny because I'm recently starting my barista job and I'm a bunny. You should. I love the idea of like, I love seeing furries do jobs. I think it's very fun. Was that the end of the playlist? No, I'm still listening to the playlist. I tried to turn it off. Sorry for the motorists outside. They do like to go by. Watching people turn the moment they deem them too popular is frightening. It's something I've seen happen so many times that at this point I kind of sometimes get scared when things do well. I feel like sometimes I'm like a ticking bomb of like, how long can I be happy before people decide that I don't deserve it anymore? So I don't know. I try to keep, like I said, I try to keep quiet. I try to be grateful for what I have now instead of thinking about that. What was that noise that scared me? Sorry, there are people that go by on dirt bikes and stuff. I'm too fortunate the universe will make me pay for it. It's giving OCD. The thing is, it's happened. Now, I guess that is the thing with OCD, is that it's very rarely like what's the word? Fears that are without precedent. The fears exist in the real world. It's just the degree to which you feel them and how you react to it. That's what makes it OCD. Unsubstantiated, thank you. What are you gonna do if you get more viewers? Like, are you gonna ban people like Doug? No. As long as people are being nice. Bro, this sounds like psychosis. I'm a psychosis. I already have psychosis. It is psychosis. I know that. But like, the thing is, it's also not. Like, it is, but it's not. I think that's the thing that's like so frustrating too about being like a content creator and living in the era of like people claiming to care about those with mental illness, is like everyone wants to care about people with mental illness until like they are too scary or until the mental illness is too difficult to deal with. And you know, it's like, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. I think that like the best thing that I've found to like protect my peace, Road Boys IRL, yes. You'll find a lot of people around here, or actually just a lot of things like as comment are based off of like where we live. That part, it pisses me off so bad, and it's one of the reasons why like when I see the way that people treat others online, and let me be very clear, it's never within the minnows, it's never within like the people that are in the art spheres that I like to be in and like put myself into. It is usually any time I step foot outside of them. Mental health matters until it's too weird. That's exactly what it is. I get it. It's like, how many posts am I away from people that thinking I'm overrated, don't deserve what I am given? Oh, hold on. My YouTubies. They're taking my YouTube chat. What I've seen is people supporting mental illness until someone has personality disorders or something. Or, like... Bro, I feel like they're just doing laps around my house. Or the one that really drives me crazy is that, like, everyone wants to support people, like, everyone's like, mental health matters until it's the mental health of someone that you see as like irredeemable or like, you know, as deserving of whatever happens to them, and then it's like cheered for. It's a shame.
I think I scared the cats.
Maybe a little. Hi, honey. No way. Where was it?
Did you find it? Or
No, it was on the front porch.
Oh,
You're kidding.
I wonder if they just
Maybe it was like delivered to the wrong house and then they brought it here.
Maybe.
We had a Wormies incident. You know those little plushies? Is it Nova's Wormies? Yes, he did get it. He got it. We were like, I got him another one. I got him another one because he was so sad. I didn't want him to be sad. So I got him a replacement. Well, now you're gonna have two. If it's something unglamorous, like people struggling to keep their house clean, you have no idea how many times I've like had to like I don't know, like I've had to walk people back from very reactive responses to what is just clearly signs of mental illness and like need for help. What's a Warmies? It's a plushie that you can heat up in the microwave, and they smell like lavender. They're really nice. I have a Snoopy Wormy, and I got Forest a chicken. Also to Dim Dim, about the adopt, like wanting an adopt, I tried because of that, because I know that not everyone has money for art, because it is just something that's nice to have, and and you know, you have to take care of like the things you need to survive first. I try to do art giveaways, or I try to do character giveaways pretty frequently. The last one I did was for Valentine's Day, but I intend to do another one this summer. So and I also do character design streams where I let chat design a character and then give away the character at the end of stream. All of this to say, if you've ever wanted a character of mine, but you're someone that doesn't have money and would like to have a character designed by me, keep an eye out for those giveaways, because I try to do them as much as I can. Oh, thank you for the save break. Or communism, Nudie Bronk. How can you warm up a wormy without a microwave? We don't have a microwave, so instead we use it as a coldie. We just put them in the freezer. And honestly, I like the cold better. But yeah, the other thing is that sometimes chat votes to all own the character collectively. I have a sea otter wormy. Used to have a husky one, but I made the horrible mistake of putting it in the washing machine. Oh, I understand. There was almost a giveaway at the VTuber debut stream. Well, so it's not even that there wasn't a giveaway, it's just that everyone decided that the character should belong to everyone. And I thought that was sweet. That way you guys could all share it together. But I'll still do like regular giveaways in the future too, where it's just like one person gets the design. I want to see a character giveaway. Here, I wonder if I have the file on my computer for which characters were given away. I think... Okay, so I don't have the Valentine's one. But Uni, who is a free character design, is still up on my Blue Sky. Like I said, I want to do another character design probably for the summer, because actually what I could do is I could do a character giveaway next month. And that way I could be like, hey, this is for, if you want an OC for ArtFight and you don't have an OC for ArtFight, here's a guy. Unless we keep being communists about the giveaway. Like I said, I'll do a regular one at some point. You can still do that with the character design streams, the democracy streams. Is there any way you can think of a character idea for me to start with? Like, to start designing? I mean, I see you have Kiwi in your username, so my instant thought is just a green character. I love green. ROC. Does anyone remember what exact species Uni is? Uni is a nudibranch, but what type of nudibranch, I'm not sure. We're a Kiwi bird, that's true. It's nudibranch like, hold on, it's spelled like this. It's spelled like nudie branch. Yeah, I'm yawning. Able to participate in ArtFight for the second time this year. That's awesome. This will be my third time. Have you ever been shown the Minnow x Guppy fan art yet? I haven't. I was gonna say, Ver, do you want to send the link here? Because someone tried earlier, but was not modded, so could not send the link. I'm so excited. It's beautiful. It's so good. This is the sketch from last night. Happy partner anniversary, just joined them alive. Thank you and welcome in. Wow, it's so beautiful. The eyebrows are really the scariest part. Hi, what are you drawing? Well, see, I didn't draw this. This was drawn by one of the chat members. But I'm working on a character adopt tonight. This is us at the YouTube chat. When did you start art? I started drawing when I was like a kid before I could talk, but I think I started doing digital art like seriously when I was 13. Actually, no, I had to have been younger because I was using DeviantArt when I was like 11. So probably when I was 11. What if we came up with a tag for uni for ArtFight so people can look for them specifically? I remember you said anyone can upload them. That's true. You might want to do like uni nudie bronc because that's pretty specific. How old are you now? I'm 26. I'll be 27 this year in September. So I've been drawing for a while. But it doesn't matter how long you've been drawing, it's really just about how much effort you put into studying. The human teeth. Hold on. Gotta get the hands are the thing. I need to study more. It's okay. You can, and it's fun. Studying is literally fun. It's awesome. Are you a Libra or a Virgo? I'm a Virgo. I actually also do the guppies cry too? I would say so, yes. I think that the crying it's like moe by a helplessness. Why are the minnows crying? Like they're like so small. Like you're so tiny in such a large world. It must be scary. What if they sniffed like they had snot? That would actually be really funny. Shuffles over. Hello, I'm looking for advice on how to gain more reach for commissions. I know I've got to be patient, but I'm getting restless. I need money. I really want to be productive during my summer break so I can get the money and finally buy my own things. I guess one way that I've found success is by doing commissions of specific themes. Because if you just open general commissions, sometimes people don't really know what they want. But if you open commissions, say, for like furry badges or for doing people with their Pokemon, that gives people an idea of what they can order without them having to come up with the idea. And might bring in customers who are like, oh, it would be nice to get myself a little treat art-wise, if that makes sense. Otherwise, largely doing commissions comes from doing artwork that people see and like, and then seek out your commissions because they like the work that they've seen you do. Do you know that guppies are live bearers, meaning they don't exactly hatch from eggs like other fish? I did know that. I've actually had guppies before. What would you define yourself? An illustrator or a character designer or something else? I don't know. I was actually talking to Nova about this earlier. Nova being our roommate who's also an artist. Sometimes I don't even like to call myself an artist because I feel that titles like that in general can be taken away by people. The second you start calling yourself something, people start to try to move the goalpost of what that thing is. So I like to usually just say I make stuff. If you're asking what I would call myself when I describe my job to other people, I would probably say an artist. No, you misunderstand. It's not because of other people. I know what I am. I don't feel any lesser because someone else doesn't believe me to be that thing. It's not imposter syndrome because I don't feel... You can't feel underqualified for something that you never signed up to be put in the ranks with to begin with. I don't draw to be a good artist, and I don't draw to be a better artist than other people. I draw because I like making art, and I like getting better at my own craft. But like, when you say that you're an artist, or you say you're a comic artist, people will start to question the validity of you using that title for yourself if you don't live up to their expectations of what that means. So instead of trying to fit into a box of what other people expect something to be and what other people expect artist or comic artist or illustrator to mean, I just say I make stuff because that's what I do and that's what I like doing. Oh, I am a drawer. I'm a drawer, one who draws. That's true. I do draw. I do draw and I do doodle. Happy partner anniversary. Thank you. I have to pick a stone color, and I actually don't know what I want to do for that. I might do like an off concrete. Like, bro ripped it right up out of the street. Critter making the official Guppy design stream when? I actually like the Guppy design that's been made where it's just the minnow with a differently shaped tail, but I might do a stream like that. That could be fun. Okay. I'm obsessed with the minnow doing the Club Penguin dance. It's really beautiful. I really love it. I have done a few free commissions. I haven't set up a means of getting paid. When I do, I'd have some potential customers already. I was going to say, please set up a means of getting paid if you're doing art for free. It's sweet to do art for free, by the way. Just that, you know, I would want you to be able to be compensated for the work that you do. That's what I've learned. That's what I have learned to accept. I sometimes don't like being called or calling myself an artist. I think that that's like a result of like the culture of labels to begin with, right? Is like once you've created a box to be placed in, or alternatively, once you've created a box to place something in, that means that there is something that is not in that box inherently. And the truth is, I think that all living things, by nature of existing, create art. I think we make art because we are alive and we see value and interpret message in images because we look for stories in things. That's what I would say humans are, storytelling animals. But the difference, I think, is that the title of artist feels reserved and feels like something that people are always left to chase. They feel like they're never quite there. And I never understood that race. I never understood running to catch something that someone could pull out from in front of you. It's like that cruel trick where someone puts a dollar bill on a string and then drags it along as you run behind it. Instead of doing that, I decided I would rather just be drawing than waste my time trying to prove that I'm deserving of calling myself something. Like, the word was made up to begin with to describe an act, and no one can really seem to agree on what it means. So I'd rather just be drawing instead. There's an air of elitism around the title artist at times. I think because the idea that someone isn't an artist, like the idea that there is a starting and stopping point at which someone is an artist, is just untrue. If you have made art, you are an artist. In the same way, like if you have like put together like a collage of images, you are also an artist. You might have to actively and regularly do that activity to feel comfortable calling yourself that, but the sheer fact of the matter is you've made art. A human is an artist the way a bird is a singer. Exactly. Well, and I think the idea that someone has to observably, repeatedly do something in order to call it part of their identity is flawed to begin with. I don't know. I feel that way about queerness too. Like, where boundaries of queerness and like what people self-prescribe their identity or self-describe their identity as, there is a level of outside agreement that needs to happen with those labels. So people who opt out of labels altogether and just call themselves queer, like, I understand it. I actually have like a deep kinship with it. It's not the word for me personally. I mean, it's not the word for me though, thinking about it. I don't know. I just think, like, when it comes to identities and to labels, when you're playing a game with people who don't want to play by rules that are fair or equal rules, it can sometimes feel easier to just not play the game at all. The ube syrup smelled like alcohol? Oh no. Oh no, I think I drank something that was bad, and I just got that. We might need to ask the company for a new bottle. Alcohol again. Can I have a nice coffee and not an evil, nasty, wicked coffee, please? You don't have to barista anymore if you don't want to, Forrest, but I also would love a nice, happy drink. No, that was the old one? Oh. I saw one of my classmates drawing a dragon because they were inspired by me and people made fun of them. I was so sad. I made sure to tell them it was really cool. I'm sorry to hear that for your classmate, Coconut Zav. I'm glad that you told them it was cool too. What counts of art? If one puts a bunch of things in an interesting composition for no reason at all, does it count as art? Yes. Actually, something that I think frustrates a lot of people is that art really is just, unfortunately, any visual or existing visual that someone interprets meaning from, which means there is no limit to what is and isn't artwork. It's one of the reasons why the urinal pisses people off so much, like the urinal art installment, is that it's part of the Dada movement that was like part of challenging what is and isn't art to begin with. And like people spend a lot of time racking over the meaning of the installation. And I say unfortunately because people... Duchamp's Fountain, thank you. I always forget the name of it. But I say unfortunately not because of the piece of art itself, but because people love to bring it up when they bemoan art installations, and when they bemoan like art in general. Is like, oh, someone could put a urinal in an installation and call it art. And it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. You can observe aesthetic beauty or meaning out of anything. Two clocks hanging on a wall next to each other doesn't sound very meaningful until you listen to the story that's told behind those two clocks and realize that very slowly one of them will go out of sync and die before the other, and the piece is meant to represent a man who lost his lover to AIDS. So anything and everything can be art so long as you find meaning in it, which is why I don't think someone is or isn't an artist if they find meaning in the world. We find and we make art by sheer fact that we exist and we live. I have seen the exhibit with the pile of candy, yes. Thinking of artists and how early people made cave paintings, it makes me so happy. They wanted to share a story. They did. The candy one always makes me sad. Yeah. Fountain from 1917, and conservative assholes are still bemoaning it as a symbol of degenerate dog whistle art, and admittedly it does make me crack up. No, exactly. Exactly. Also, hold on, I have to take a sip of water. Dude, games are literally like the confluence of almost all artistic mediums, and people are like, that's not art. Exactly. What's the candy one? Yeah, it's hard to... It's similar to the clock installation. It's that people... Oh, you said Crocs and it was a comment on lesbian lovers. No, clocks with an L. Crocs as a commentary on lesbian lovers is your mind fascinates me. I left the groceries in the car. I didn't even realize you got groceries. Thank you for the save break too. The candy piece installation. If you look up Candy Art Piece Chicago, you can see it. What it is you're encouraged to take a piece of candy, and I believe each of the pieces of candy are meant to be symbolic of moments that the artist had with his lover before he passed. And so that by taking part in the art piece, you are slowly taking away something that is inherently a finite resource. It will eventually run out. But you know that it'll go away either way. So to walk away and not take a part in it, you aren't stopping the inevitable from happening. Also, I think the playlist ended. Ars, we love your beautiful mind. Jacob Greller has a great video analysis on modern art. I think about it often. I feel like I've seen it, but I should watch it again. I always like Jacob Geller essays. I had a college presentation recently about modern art, and used the candy pile and Duchamp's Fountain as examples of how they are real art. Just takes understanding them more than just the visual level, and it makes me go crazy. Yeah. I don't know, I think it's interesting. It's also, like, one of the reasons why... Hello?
Sorry, I was talking about you.
It's okay.
Is any kind of...
Pretentious mode activated. I've been less and less interested in calling myself an artist lately. So is every human bitch. Artist is a job. It's not just a job. It's just a thing that everyone everyone is. Specify or die. Like Lemmy Bakugame's frog croaked circa 1 month ago. It's because we've been having this conversation. We've been having this conversation, and I've been watching how people act about being artists and act towards others making art. Really, I think another great tie-in to this is that, like, I opened a Google form because I want to do a video on ArtFight and encouraging artists to join an ArtFight this year. And one of the most recurring things that I've seen people talk about in their worries about joining ArtFight is that their art isn't good enough and people won't like the art that they make, so they feel like it's not even worth trying. Or my favorite is that they're like, well, I'm not really an artist yet, so I don't know if I can join ArtFight. And I'm just sitting here like, at what point do you allow yourself to start experiencing the world like a human being before you see yourself as deserving of the title? Like, do you think that there's going to be a magical moment where you suddenly change within the confines of your inaction and become something that you haven't let yourself develop into? You aren't going to become an artist by not letting yourself draw and partake in art events. One of the most terrifying art pieces I've heard about is Rhythm Zero. I don't know of it, actually. Sorry, the motorists. And to be very clear, I'm not upset with these artists that are like scared of joining an ArtFight. I am actually sad for them. I want them to feel safe. And I realize that they're a result of the environment that the internet has created and that capitalism has created for them. It's not their fault that they're being told that they don't have value in a world that constantly measures value to begin with. Dude, I love the banana taped to the wall and how people complain about it, and it's like, yeah, that's the point of the piece. By talking about it, you were literally doing what the artist wanted you to do. I was scared to join ArtFight, but my first ArtFight was so good. People were really wholesome, and it's kind of sad I'm too busy to participate this year. They'll be next year too, though. Poll, are you either silly or whimsical? Hold on, let me set it up. I don't know why it's caps, but we're just letting it go. It makes me feel so sad when people say they're scared that their art is too bad for ArtFight. Like, I'll cry if I get a stick figure fan art of my Sonas and OCs. I'm making you choose sorry. It's the ultimate question. Can I be both? I got interested in art for escapism. Taking some art classes, my view of art changed. I need more love of real life, not just fantasy. And what's interesting is I don't even think that being interested in art because of wanting to escape is necessarily a bad thing either. To want to dream is not evil, because sometimes life is painful and you need to escape it, but at a certain point you do have to wake up and choose to live again. It's just that dreams can help living be more bearable. You just can't live in unreality all the time either, even if it feels tempting. What if we get 50-50? Are we both silly and whimsical? You can be both. If that's how you get both, is by tying the poll. Also, I was thinking about my video for ArtFight, and I was thinking maybe I should do... Not necessarily... I think the idea of doing an ArtFight starter pack is silly. It's a bit overrated. But maybe I could do a list of challenges to people joining ArtFight. Because one of the concerns someone brought up was that people who aren't like very popular artists don't seem to get attacks, and there's not really to their knowledge, because I don't know this either, there's not a way to see if people have gotten attacked yet or to find someone that hasn't yet been attacked. So one of the challenges I think I'd like to like inspire people or like prod people to do is to look for someone on ArtFight that hasn't been done an attack on at some point during the month, then make sure you go out of your way to attack them. Sorry, seeing everyone talk about the poll on Twitch is funny. I think there's a way to check if someone has 0 attacks. There is a way to check if they have 0 attacks, but it's more the actual finding of the profile of someone who has 0 attacks, if that makes sense. I've only been attacked like 1 to 3 every year. It'd be so cool to be able to see who's gotten the least attacks and have some sort of incentive to... That's what I was hoping for. And so, my stomach's growling. I'm sorry if everyone heard that. Basically, my thought is it would be nice to have a way to... I think people who haven't been attacked after a week should give double points to anyone who attacked. That would be a really great incentive to get people to attack those people, actually. Actually, Lemmy, that's a really smart suggestion. No, I think you can browse profiles with 0 attacks, too. Docosaur, I didn't realize that. Wait, also, did you hear my request? Can I have a nice, yummy coffee instead of a wretched, wicked coffee? I don't want the scary coffee. Thank you. You okay?
Yeah, I just scared myself.
I gotta do the other hand, but I really don't want to. But when it's done, the character will be done. Well, when I'm done the hands, the character will be done. Coffee with creature milk, help. I'd like to find profiles without attacks. Does anyone know how? I would have to explore the site more, but I didn't know that that was something you could do. Bro, the motorcyclists have been evil tonight. They're like doing laps around the house.
They're doing wheelies.
Oh, they probably... Well, it's a Friday.
It's a Friday and the weather's nice.
I understand. I'm not upset. However, for streaming, the intermissions of bike noises are a little frustrating. But they're just having fun.
Yeah, they are.
Obviously, no one owes me revenges, and I don't want to pressure them, but it does make me sad after doing so many attacks and not getting a single revenge. That's maybe something that I would say is like part of the challenges that I want to inspire people to do are find someone that's got no attacks, find someone that's had no revenges, find someone with an OC that you wouldn't usually draw. Like, let's say you're someone that typically draws anthro characters, try drawing a human character for practice. Or let's say you're someone that usually draws human characters, try drawing an anthro or a monster character for practice. I don't know if something like that would be fun for people. Lived in the city briefly, and there was a pack of 50-80 motorcycles that would do laps around the block directly behind my apartment multiple times a week. Maybe find someone who's participating for the first time too. That would be a really good one, actually, Martyrbat. Like, find a first-year person and attack them. It's just Roboy having fun. Saw ArtFight's post on Blue Sky that asked new people to drop their ArtFight. That I did see that. I actually reskeeted it. Sorry. You're definitely more likely to get a revenge back if it's not someone who gets a lot of attacks. I try to revenge everyone back because I don't get too many. And something that I can say, and this is going to happen this year, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When I last played ArtFight, I got 200 attacks, I think, and this was back when I was not a streamer, I was not any kind of anybody. Like, I just had an art following. Please understand if I don't revenge people back, it's not because I don't want to. I'm going to try and do as many attacks as I can during ArtFight. It's just the unfortunate reality is there's only 30 days in the challenge. I could not possibly attack everyone back. I'm going to prioritize people that I know this is their first time, but ultimately I'm going to pick characters that look fun for me to draw. That's how I play. Although I think I will follow my own challenge list of like trying to find people that haven't been attacked or anything. What do you mean by attacking and revenge? It's okay. So ArtFight is a big art trade game, essentially. To attack someone in ArtFight means to draw their OC, and then to revenge is like if someone has drawn your OC, you draw one of their OCs back as a form of revenge. So it's like a game. It's a game that gamifies doing gifts for people, so it's fun. What does partnered by Twitch mean? It basically just means that you get like the ability, you get more from having subs. So I think like before you're partnered, when someone subscribes to you, you only get 30% of the revenue, whereas afterwards it's like 40%, I think. Hold on, I need the okay. I wanted to use these gloves because I thought they were very cool. Tutting my tongue and waggling my finger disapprovingly. Harbors nefarious fluids. It's his beam attack. He and Pluto both have beam type attacks. Harbors just out one end and Pluto's at the other. Because Pluto throws up when he's scared. It's okay. They've both been much better over here. I genuinely think the old apartment was like Harbor using Yucky Up. That is true. His ultimate was charging and he used it. But genuinely something that Forrest and I noticed, like after having been in the new apartment for a week or two now, I used to wake up with like a sore throat and like my nose was running every single morning. And I've never really had allergies before, so I was very confused by this. I was wondering why I was suddenly having allergy symptoms despite never having had allergy symptoms. It was mold. It was mold, that's why. It was mold, yes, I do realize it was mold now. So tonight we let the black mold talk is no longer really a joke. That actually may have just been true. Cheryl strikes again. Hello, welcome in, Maz. The nefarious mold spore. Literally, now when I say I was spreading my spores, I'm not actually sure I was joking anymore. Like, I think I actually do just have mold spores. What flavor of mold spore? I don't know. Critter flavor? The gas leak era. Okay, for real, I hope that you notice a lot of positive changes for your health. I actually have been feeling a lot better and sleeping better. Jane Prentice Real. Oh no, coffee. Lavender? Hopefully the lavender's okay. Dude, that ube syrup was bad. I'm actually kind of scared. I'm frightened for later. Like, what's gonna happen to me? Am I gonna be okay? Maybe it's just a cleaner fluid incident. Like, I'll be fine. Did you name the mold? We did name Cheryl, so maybe the mold's name is Cheryl. You'll be fine? Okay. I trust you. Cut to 3 hours later and I'm like dying and throwing up. You're gonna turn into an ube critter? I'm gonna turn purple? Blueberryification? Big fan of John, but I haven't finished the series yet. Oh, Magnus Archives is good. I like Magnus Archives. Ao Oni? I'm becoming Ao Oni. This is actually what this bad ube syrup does to me is it turns me into Ao Oni critter. I'm so Oni. Okay, the good news is this is almost done. Ugh. What's crazy is when this is done, I can just post it. I do really like the headshot, but I think I'll just include it as a sketch. I don't think it needs to be rendered. Been drawing a self-portrait and I'm conflicted between thinking it's cute and guilt about narcissism. Why are you feeling guilt about narcissism? You are cute. That's just factually true. And I'll say it. Do you have a Pinterest? I do. My Pinterest is also Four Leaf Island. Have you gotten your paws in fantasy life yet? In fantasy life yet? Is that a game or a turn of phrase? Okay, I'm guessing it's a game based off of how people are reacting. I thought this stream was about a life partner, not a Twitch partner. To be fair, I do also have a life partner, and our anniversary was a few months ago. We got engaged, so technically both. You're just a little late on the life partner one. Game, nodders. I have not. Actually, the only thing that I have gotten game-wise recently was I got Hello Kitty Island Adventure as a gift from someone on stream, and I haven't played it yet, because I want to play Deltarune. I kind of want to play Deltarune next week, because I haven't played Chapter 2, so I want to play Chapters 1 and 2 in order, and then play Chapters 3 and 4 when they come out. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh no, I don't like that. Hello Kitty Island Adventure! Jerry in my head looks like Gerard Way. I'm actually not completely unsure if that wasn't the reference, to be honest. Like, however, have you guys seen my Jerry artwork? Have I shown my Magnus Archives? Yes, and tomorrow is the candy stream. Have you guys seen my Magnus Archives artwork? I've drawn Jerry before. He is my favorite character. What is up with the ash critter, by the way? It scares me. That's the point. That's the purpose. Magnus Archives? Oh, I came in at a good time. I don't know if you guys know this, but on my Ko-Fi, I have my sketchbooks from college, all 3 of them, up for free that you can scroll through. They're the entire PDF of my college sketchbooks, which include all of the stuff that I did for my animation projects, some sketches for, like, personal comic projects, just some personal sketches as well. It's a co-op, it's very fun. It's like Zelda and Animal Crossing had a baby raised by RuneScape. Wait, that sounds really cute. I'll have to check that out. That does sound fun. Also, thank you. Hold on, I'm looking for my Jerry artwork. I know it's in here somewhere. I drew so much Magnus Archives when I was in college. Okay, there's one of my Jerrys. I think that the... Hold on, thank you. No more yucky scary coffee anymore. Thank you, I love you. Ugh, why was that so loud? Anyway. There's these guys. There's more Jerry in here. I know there is. Okay, here's some more of my Jerry key. Gertrude and Jerry, yes. Here's some more. I liked this guy. I also liked Daisy. I had conflicted feelings about Daisy, but I still liked her. And then... trying to see if there's any... There's like a bunch of mag stuff in here. But honestly, nothing that's like crazy standout. Like, yeah, that's pretty good. You can see it on my Ko-Fi though, like I said. I have all my sketchbooks from college up. I need to scan more. This is your art? Yeah, it is. This is my art from college. Well, it's complicated, but yeah. It's my art. Hold on, I do have others that I could share that aren't mag related. If any of this interests you. Confession, I still haven't listened to the finale of TMA because I fear the emotional damage. I haven't either. I have no desire to listen to it, honestly. I think that I got what I enjoyed out of it, and I don't want any more. Like, I've showed this one off on stream before too. This one's also mine. This is with like Crayola crowns. And there were ones with animals. Getting out of bed to let you know that I adore this work. I love the inks and the sketches. Thank you. I think this one... Okay, back to bed, no worries. Looking at sketchbook number 1, and I can say you probably really enjoy Look Outside. The game that Manly just played. I am really excited to see that. Hold on, there's this one. I still really like this. And then... Go, my gay dog character. I do need to see Look Outside though, like I said, I've only heard good things. Here's some animals. Not even Laika, but her grandfather. That's a different project for another day. Horsey. Oh my god, Caterpillar. Horsey. I still really like this horse, I think it's good. Why are you Peem? Thank you. Horsey. Is this all pen? Yes. I sketch pretty exclusively in pen. Did you scan the comic diary journal before you threw it out? No, I didn't want to see it anymore. Sometimes some feelings are too vulnerable to want to save. And sometimes some eras of your life are too ugly to want to remember. Since anyone in chat sent me the link to the PDF of the first sketchbook, I can only find individual pages. They are individual pages right now, but honestly I might re-upload them as a PDF because I have a better scanner now, and I want to scan the remaining 3 sketchbooks that I have, which were for the 3 years that I was out of college. Anyway. Plus, these are actually pretty low quality scans looking at them. Thank you for the stretch. No one understands my love for Martin. No, I do, I promise. I wasn't obsessed with that guy for no reason. Maybe I just leave the fingers white. I do like the fingers being kind of darker. Let's see what they look like when they're later. No, I don't like it. Do I make them that blue? How old would you have been when you did these? I think I was... Those pages I was 21 or 22. Darker looks like the gloves with the rubber tips. I was thinking that too. I'm too nervous about how permanent sketching in pen feels, but maybe I'll get there someday. Dog doodles, that's actually why I recommend it. When you learn to stop fearing permanency, you become better as an artist because you learn to make your strokes have meaning. So if you're scared, I think you should do it scared, actually. It would be good for you. I admire how organized you are with your drawing setup. Like, the ref's all neatly organized to the top left and then the rest is space to draw. Thank you. It took me a while to get here because I used to be really messy with my canvases. It's a little bit better now. You should be scared. More like, you should not let fear stop you from something that you want. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Thank you, I am. I remember you said you planned on doing an anthro headshot study possibly today. Do you plan? I'll be doing it on Monday. When I realized that it was my partner night tonight, I decided that I kind of just wanted to do a little treat stream for myself and let myself work on what I wanted to. You know, the only thing with them being dark blue is that that dark blue doesn't recur anywhere else in the color palette, so I think actually I do need to make them at least like an off black color. And that looks fine. That literally looks fine. I was worried for nothing. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks. I'll definitely try it. I'm proud. Thank you for giving it consideration. Loving this little rabbit guy. I love how exaggerated all the shapes are. Thank you. For some reason, I always imagined Martin as the dude with an afro and glasses from the IT department. That was how I drew Tim, primarily. But I love seeing everyone's different interpretations of the characters, like, genuinely. I had drew Tim as a guy with an afro and glasses. I like how their legs look like prosthetic running legs. Yeah. I think it's neat. I really like, when I do artificial characters, when I do any kind of, like, robotic design, I like to borrow from some things that exist already and some things that I think could exist in the future. Because I think that our language of design won't completely disappear as things evolve. I like that everyone kind of agrees what John looks like. I don't know how we all got to this point either. Like, I don't know when people just started drawing him that way, but everyone was just like, yeah, that's John. I have to leave, but I enjoyed the stream. I hope it goes well, and thank you for everyone who followed my art fight. Oh, that's sweet. That's awesome. You guys are welcome to share your art fights here, too, if you would like. I know that you can't share the link, but you can share your name, which I think you can also copy IDs, which should be able to be sent. If not, I'll see what we can do. There is also the Discord server. Like, if you know someone's ArtFight name, can you find them? Or do you have to have a link directly to their page? My art fight is Clodzire? Ooh, that is a username steal. That is a lucky username, but also a good username. Just looked up John Magnus Archives to see what everyone is talking about, and wow, wowie, hubba hubba, if you will. Lover, you have no idea. I was, like, obsessed with that guy for, like, unhealthy obsessed with that guy for years. Probably still am. The real thing is, I don't know if I am romantically obsessed with John or if it's just that I relate to John. Also, Renji, thank you for the resub. Hi, I rarely ever make it to a live stream, almost 3 AM here right now. I'm shy, but I wanted to take the opportunity to say hello to you and your chat before I head to bed. Discovering your stream was a huge part of me getting back into drawing last year after a multiple-year break, so I wanted to say thanks to you and the entire community. You're genuinely inspiring. That's really sweet, and thank you, Renji. I just go to a profile and put a name in where your previous name was. Okay, I figured that that's something you could do. You can do that on Pinterest too. You can copy and paste the username into the URL and just make sure you have the little squiggle in front of it. Gotcha. Also, thank you to both Zav and Eggy. But yeah, that's good. That means that you guys can share your art fights in here. I would highly implore everyone to check out the art fights of your fellow chatters. I know it can be tempting to find art fights of artists that you, like, look up to and you want to draw like. And I still say do that. Still attack artists that you like. I'm sure that they'll appreciate it regardless. But also make sure that you attack other artists that you don't see getting attacked or artists that are in your community. It's a really great chance to make friends. Hold on, hold on. Gotta skip an ad. I've been finding them on my own until I found out about the Google. Alright, let's see. The farter. The farters are like hell-bent on torturing me. It's okay. They're not. They're just having fun. Made a form for the minnows to add their ArtFight usernames to. Wait, thank you, Ver. That's so sweet. Do you want me to share it here? Please do. Please do. Do you have access to share it in the YouTube too? I wouldn't want the guppies to be left out. Okay. Noopy! I'm glad you have your good doggy. I don't think I have YouTube perms. Ooh, okay. Wait, I just opened the Discord. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, this is helpful. I'm excited to attack some minnows and guppies. Hold on, let me scroll up to your form. Did you send the form in here? Did I miss it? I might have missed it. Beware if you're here for scared. Goosebumps. 1 sec, please hold. No, no worries, no worries. Sorry, I was trying to make sure I had not missed it in scrolling, but I realized you had not sent it yet. What? Waiters? Oh, laters. I was like, what? Not being able to hear anything, and I'm just like, Someone scared Grandpa. Okay, so we have a version with the graffiti belt and a version without the graffiti belt. You can have like little sketchy doodle. I guess I could clean up the drawing of their head a bit. Here, we gotta follow everyone's art fights now. The guppies have each other's backs. I'm glad. I felt cringe making Magnasoci's, but then I can remember I could do what I want forever. Dim Dim, my like entire persona back when I first started drawing online was a Magnasoci. I'm not even kidding. Like that was all it was. When does ArtFight actually start? On July 1st. June is like a good time to prep for it. Alright, hold on, I gotta do the hinge still. Minnow ArtFight collection, thank you. Hold on, I wonder if I can get July. I've been hauling ass doing refs because I thought it was June, but now you have a whole month to relax. Isn't that nice? Hold on, now I can send this to the YouTube chat. Oh wait, why are you not caps locked? Okay, cool. I just sent it to YouTube. I haven't seen this character since the first sketch. They look so awesome. Thank you. I am really happy with this character design. What do you call a robot furry with autism that never lies? A proto/gen. That's a joke that only like 2 people I know IRL would even understand. Also, Canine Brain, thank you. Canine Brain, thank you for the sub. Ah, I zoomed into the wrong part. Okay, Giggle, this was good. I was gonna say it is really good. It's such a niche joke, but it's a good one. Okay, I think maybe I don't have to fully clean up this little headshot. I think like its roughness is maybe part of its charm. What's the ArtFight share form for? Basically, so you can share your ArtFight username so you can find artists within this specific community to attack. And I was saying, I really, really implore people to check the forum to attack people because I think that ArtFight's a lovely way to make new friends. And while I'm happy that a lot of people have asked if they can attack me and I will be playing, I also want you guys to attack each other. Like, part of it is making community and finding friends, not just attacking artists you think are cool, though like I said, it is appreciated. Nova posting images of the cryptid he made his ceiling into. I'm scared. Should I be scared? The forum updates in real time? Yeah. I want to stop by and say this design is super good. Thank you. Like I said, I worked super duper hard on it. And I think, did I ever tell the story about how I like had the idea for this design? I was like lying in bed, barely awake, about to drift out of consciousness at like 3 a.m. after a stream one night, and I had the idea for this character design, and I scribbled it really badly with my finger, like in my notes app, and woke up the next morning and I was looking at it and I was like, what is this? And then it like came back to me in like a flash, and I'm like, oh, the bunny robot character. And then I sat down and I started drawing it that morning so I didn't forget it. I think it's funny that this design almost didn't exist because it was like a spur of the moment 3 a.m. inspiration, but I also knew better than to get out of bed at 3 a.m. and start drawing again because it was super late and I didn't want to screw up my sleep schedule. Notes app is your friend for reasons like that. Try to save things instead of like trying to remember them by your brain when it's like just about to turn off for the night. The robot kind of gives lunar robot vibes, which is funny because it's a rabbit. It's great. There's a lot of layers to it. I also wanted to make it like clear that this was originally a service robot, or like a public service robot, like a crossing guard or a test dummy of sorts, that kind of like went rogue, because I really love the idea of something wanting to be more than what it was built for. I don't know, it's a concept I relate to a lot. Not necessarily transhumanism, but like this seeking of a purpose beyond the body you were given. It is now a civil disobedience robot. I mean, it is. It literally, I gave it a graffiti spray paint bottle tag belt